Let's discuss an example. A trespasser. A trespasser is not a criminal, they are a tortfeasor. A trespasser is someone who entered the property without specific permission. As the manager or the owner, you must refrain from entrapment, because that too is against the law. So when is someone trespassing? Let's give a couple of examples here. If a hiker is walking in a park, and they just kind of stroll and they errantly walk into private property, they're trespassing, even if they did not know they were entering private land. However, if a person is walking and they trip and roll down a hill onto private land, they are not trespassing. Constructive trespassing is when a person who originally had permission to be on the property refuses to leave. Basically, they're overstaying their welcome. Think of this as a person who refuses to leave your small business after closing time. Or if you have a dinner party with all your friends and all the guests leave, the trespasser, even though they were initially invited into the house, refuses to leave when the owners command him to leave the property. A licensee is someone whose entry is permitted, but not specifically for business purposes. This is usually applied to the public sector, and the participation benefits the visitor, not necessarily the management of the land. There's usually no exchange of fees, and there's limited liability for the property owner. The licensee is an individual permitted to enter the property with the permission of the owner or the management of the property. There's no profit motive for either individual, and the licensee comes onto the property for their own benefit. Think of this when a landowner gives permission for a hunter to come on his land without a fee. But also consider the owner must warn the person, the licensee, of any hidden dangers on the property which they may be unaware of. Next, we'll talk about the invitee. The intended purpose of their entry is for business. They may have exchanged money for services or goods, and the management benefits from the presence of the visitor. This is pretty common in private agencies, and the agencies or businesses must take the highest degree of care. Know that there may be differences between the business invitee, the public invitee, and the licensee.